Hello and good morning everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar today. So it's a Cisco Umbrella, which is the first line of defense against threats on the internet. So presenting the webinar today, we have Dale Joyce from Tech Data, and we also have Trevor Roberts from Bytes, who looks after Cisco here. He'll be here for any questions at the end of the webinar.
There we go. Okay, hopefully everyone can see my screen here. Yeah, my name's Dale. I'm pre-sales across security, Cisco security. I'm going to talk to you a little about Umbrella today. So before I do that, I just want to say how things used to be built. All remote branches, VPNs, everything used to be sort of tunneled back to a head office, large internet connections, going back to head office, and everything filtered back there. As time's gone on, we've got more cloud infrastructure, roaming computers, branch offices using direct internet access to save the huge pipes going into data centers and large appliance firewalls back at head office. So with that, you need to be protected both on and off network, especially branch offices, or if people are trying to access services from a coffee shop. Remote working, very productive way of working today. So you can see that's probably a lot more now. 49% of workforce is mobile, 82% not actually using VPNs. I mean, sometimes VPNs are cumbersome to use, multiple logins. It's easier for people just to ditch the VPN and just go off and find their internet connection. Increase of software as a service, cloud-based applications. It's just the way everything's going. And as I said, 70% of branch offices now have direct internet access. So, Umbrella. What is Umbrella? So Umbrella is, make this out loud. So Umbrella, they say it's built into the fabric of the internet. Umbrella is a recursive DNS platform. So DNS, domain name service, when you type in your google.com, it will go out to a domain name service to try and resolve that string of characters to an IP address, and you can be routed on the internet. So what Umbrella is, Umbrella will take that request and make decisions on the request that you've got and forward it on if it's good, bad, or malicious. We'll get into that in a moment. So yeah, it's built into the foundation of the internet. There's intelligence to see attacks before they're launched within Talos and all the back-end infrastructure that works behind Umbrella to keep you safe. You have visibility and protection everywhere. Enterprise deployments within minutes. I mean, the simplest form to point your DNS to Umbrella, job done. So it's very, very, very straightforward. So where does Umbrella fit in? As we were saying, Umbrella is your first line of defense. It precedes all internet connections, so it's port agnostic, so any port, HTTP, any port, it's the first thing that actually happens in order to get a connection out to the internet. So the interception of connection, first point of call out, so you are protected from the very first step. So with Umbrella, you have safe requests, you have proxy. So if you've got a URL you go to, say google.com, Umbrella, and all of the infrastructure in the back that it's working on, will say whether that's a good or bad or risky domain. So if it's good, again, it's just a quick check to say, yep, this is good, and away you go. If it's a bad domain, the reputation's bad, it's hosting malware, or there's been suspicious activity, it's instantly blocked. You've also got risky domains, so you can proxy risky domains, which is a nice feature, which we'll get onto in a moment. So intelligent proxy, as we were saying, those risky domains, if you go to something like Reddit that's pulling information in from a whole host of websites, then it's constantly changing. So the disposition of that could be good for one part of the site, could be bad for the other. It's a mixture of things that are being displayed. Something like that will be automatically proxied through Umbrella. So, and that will use URL inspection, and it uses web-based reputation, other third-party feeds, and Cisco's Talos feeds. So Cisco Talos works across the entire Cisco portfolio, taking feeds from everything: firewalls, web security, email, and there's a lot of automatic AI, machine learning that crunches all of those numbers. And then there's a team of about 300 actual sort of white hat hackers that will go through what's chucked out of these algorithms and make a decision on what's good and what's bad. So they're constantly keeping you safe. File inspection also, if you go to a site where it's hosting files, you've got an external, you go to www. I don't know, something abc.exe. Cisco the intelligent proxy would proxy that, and it can run AV engines and Cisco's AMP for advanced malware protection. So that's it will look at the file, it will check the signature of the file, see if it is a good or bad file, again, to another service. And if it's not, you can go on, it will sandbox and get the disposition back for you. So there's a lot going on in the back end. So yeah, prevents connections before, during, and after attack. So if you have an email come in, a phishing link, malware advertising, if that's clicked, you're still protected by Umbrella, because it's a DNS request. So the email comes in, you get a phishing link, you click it. Again, there's still that same process, a DNS request, and that will go to Umbrella and check whether it's good, bad, and malicious, or whether it needs to be proxied. Command and control. Usually, if the malware is a zero-day malware, whereby it's been crafted specifically for you, it's not been seen on the internet before, it's crafted for someone in your environment, and that malware actually gets onto your laptop, you are infected. There's not much you can do from sort of the first point of call from that, because it's not been seen anywhere. It's just newly created. Usually these files will have to call back to a command and control, and this command and control is usually it will have a sort of signature of patterns of traffic and things like that will be picked up on, and it's more than likely going to be blocked. So although the malware is on your laptop, when it calls back to a command and control for further instructions, or to get encryption keys to hide what it's doing, it's usually blocked. So you're protected even if you get malware on your computer with something like a DNS-based protection. So just some numbers. These keep going up and up and up all the time. So Umbrella sees 125 billion requests per day. I think it's just one underneath Google. Umbrella was OpenDNS, so it's got a huge base for many years back. You see 15,000. It is going up and up all the time. So again, as we see it saying, Talos is where it gets a lot of feeds to show malicious malware activity that's going on. Security researchers, again, this is all part of Talos. This is all what comes included and what they're working on in behind the scenes, as it were. Models. So this is some of the analysis that is run on the requests that have been received and what's going on in the wider world. We'll just go through just a couple of them. We won't go through too many. You say co-occurrence. So when you look up a website, does it go and look for loads of other sites or call other sites very in quick succession? Are the domain names being spoofed? A spike rank model. So it looks for patterns, sort of usual patterns of traffic to particular servers. If that automatically spikes for some reason, and obviously with other information, it looks suspicious. Predicted IP-based monitoring, so it analyzes how servers are hosted and detects sort of future malicious domains that are connected back to malicious domains and the whole web of infrastructure that they create out there. So it just gives you an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. So as we're saying, visibility and protection for all activity anywhere. So you have protection on your network by sort of DNS requests, also off network. I mean, If you have a branch, they will then be going to Umbrella as well. So it's a single, don't like this phrase, but it is a single pane of glass. So both on and off network, you can see traffic who's looking at what, which we'll go through. I'll show you a quick demo in a moment. Roaming laptops, there's integration with AnyConnect. And if you don't use AnyConnect, so AnyConnect is your remote access, your VPN software. If you don't use that, there's something called an Umbrella roaming client. So when you're on network, it knows to use local DNS resolution. When you come off, it will still forward all of your traffic out to Umbrella. So there's quite some nice features to get everything working seamlessly. Again, so jumps ahead of myself there. On network coverage, so you can point your internal DNS settings direct to Umbrella. If you have some of the ISRs, so the integrated service routers, and some other kit now, Meraki access points, soon to be Meraki MX, the security appliances, Cisco wireless LAN controllers, all of these support an integration with Umbrella. So you'll get visibility into sort of the networks that they're being seen if it's installed on an access point, a router. You can set policies for the network because it adds that additional information before the request is sent out to Umbrella, so it can make policy decisions. Again, off network coverage, there's AnyConnect integration, and I say it's an Umbrella client, very lightweight, doesn't take up much resource at all. You won't know. So that handles your DNS resolution. So it will always forward out to Umbrella. So there's no change in DNS request. It's all handled by the application. And what's the future? So what's to come from Umbrella? On the security PVT that was recently, is where Cisco announced all new features and functions. Umbrella is going to be part of their security internet gateway. So there is a lot of development. Cisco recently stopped the cloud web security. That was a full proxy. So how the two differ, Umbrella is typically DNS-based resolution. So you're looking at categories, you're looking at what's being sent or what's being requested on the internet. With the cloud web security, it was a full proxy. So it looks all the traffic is sent back to an appliance either in the cloud, and then all the traffic is busted apart, see what's in, and you can make fine level controls. So the first implementation was using Umbrella. They have released towards the end of the year, they're going to be adding a full proxy support for within Umbrella for the application, the data loss prevention side of things. Also adding to Umbrella, they've released or going to release a cloud firewall, mainly for sort of branches. There's no firewall infrastructure on site. All the traffic is directed by a tunnel out to a cloud firewall. So it's all managed within your portal with Umbrella. These are just additional bolt-ons. SaaS usage and controls. So it can be a cloud access service broker. So these, a cloud access storage broker will look within Google Drive, Box, and your cloud applications through APIs and see what you've got in there. Are you compliant? Is someone storing credit card information up there? Is someone storing is someone shared certain files across the whole of the internet? It's things like that. They're very, very useful, especially with GDPR and things like that. So that's the future of Umbrella. So it's constantly in development, and they're looking at ways to further enhance that. So right, I've whittled on through slides. If you bear me a moment, I'm just going to I have a demo. So this is Umbrella. So this is the portal that you have, the overview screen. I'm just going to quickly run through just an overview to show you briefly, and then we can delve into some questions after. So the main page shows your active networks. This is your external IP addresses for your branches, for your head office. Roaming clients. So this is the integration with AnyConnect or the Umbrella roaming clients. So these are clients that are offline, out in the wild. We have virtual appliances, and a virtual appliance is used to hook up to Active Directory. So they will take over your internal resolution, and you put in your local networks, your local domains, so you can get internal resolution, as well as they will forward the virtual appliance will then forward any external resolution out to Umbrella. Very lightweight, again, application. So on the front page, you've got your network requests, the total requests, total blocks, total security blocks. And you see how they change over time. You have malware blocks, so this is your suspicious files. Phishing blocks, and this is sites that are known to be phishing sites, malicious sites, and command and control. You can see here, command and controls, they're usually, could be that a laptop has been infected, so it's something definitely to watch if it's blocking command and control. And if we click on the activity here, this takes us, pivots us over to the activity search. You can see these two, it's actually one laptop, has been trying to reach a destination that is a command and control, so known command and control server. So that would be something that I'd want to look at those laptops and say what's on there. If you haven't got antivirus, if nothing's being picked up, it's very suspicious that something's going on. We can view some more information, click on the three dots here. We can filter, view domain and investigate. Investigate is a bolt-on whereby you can delve down deeper into what's going on, why it's a malicious site. So as we were saying, on your deployments, you've got your roaming computers. You can see here the laptop names, whether they are offline, online, whether they are protected, whether they're on site, when they last hooked up. You can see here. We have mobile devices. There is an integration with iOS, so it's Apple. So you can download this application called Clarity that has options for advanced malware protection within iOS, as well as taking control of DNS. So you do have Umbrella on your iOS. Well, you do need a mobile device management platform. So that's this AirWatch, Meraki's mobile device management. There's a few others that are coming on. Again, we've got Chromebook users. Network devices is where we're saying if you've got integration with your wireless controllers, any routers. So further down here, you've got your internal networks. You can make policy decisions based on what networks you have internally. Perhaps you don't want finance, the whole finance range going out. You can also do that on Active Directory. So if you've got a finance group, usually more beneficial, but there might be reasons why you want finance not to look at certain categories and things like that. So if we just have a quick look at a policy, just to show you how simple it is to get content filtering applied. Where's marketing? There we go, marketing. So you have your identities, so you can quickly pinpoint who you want looking at what. So you've got site-wide, so you can have a site, you have network devices, so you can have an overarching policy for everyone to be done with it. You can drill down into Active Directory users and groups. You can even go as far as to select individual people, what content they can view. We have destination lists. So this is your where you can explicitly allow and disallow certain domains. You have content filtering here. So these categories, as most people are, delivered by Bright Cloud, as most vendors use. Cisco will be going to use their own categories soon, using what they've found from Talos. So you'll get further categories from here. You can see. Yeah, you can set customs, low, moderate, high. I mean, they're standard. Different categories you've got here. DIY projects. I don't know. Yeah, some spurious ones there that you can enable or disable. So yeah, that's a quick way to set up policy. Custom block pages. So it's always very nice if someone gets blocked and they don't know why they're being blocked. Now they just get the standard, this is blocked. You can create a custom page, which is, say, how people typically use it is, it's blocked, contact support. It might be a domain that's that shouldn't be blocked. Then if it is a blocked domain, there's a page you can go to through Umbrella and quickly re-enable that, which is handy. Reporting. So we had a quick look at activity search. So you can filter by allowed, by blocked, and by proxied. So proxy is, as it says, it's being proxied across to through Umbrella for further inspection. You can filter this. I mean, this last 24 hours, you can filter this back to last 30 days. You can download them. You can schedule reports. If we look at URL requests, these are some of the requests that are being proxied. So you can see certain executables URLs here. And then you scroll across. So it's been blocked. Gives you an example. It gives you an explanation of the actual file. What's been blocked, where, and it's malware. We can view some more details on that if required. So it was Marcus Davis. Yeah, his external IP. It's just some further information for anyone that's interested in sort of what's on there. I mean, if you look for this on Talos, this file on Talos, or this hash, this file hash, this is the hash that's sent up to AMP, just to know it's that file. It's come back obviously it's a known malicious file, but you can search through Talos and see sort of indicators of compromise, just in case you can see how it's working. Cloud services, there are application services, a few more reports that are coming on, because everything makes a DNS request. It knows what Umbrella knows what is on your network, pretty much what's accessing the internet, let's say. So if you're not allowing Dropbox and things like that, you can actually see what's going on there. I think that's a bit of a whirlwind. Hopefully it's enough to prompt some questions and see if we can help out. So Amy.
Brilliant, thank you. So if you do have any questions, there is a questions box just at the right hand side of your screen. So if you pop them in there, I will read those out. I think we actually do have one already. 1 second, sorry. Okay, so the question here, does this integrate with Intune?
It doesn't at the moment. It will do. I was going to show you this. I should have anyway. I'll just show you the what mobile device platform.
Pop it back to your screen. Hold on. I'll pop it back to you, Joe. 1 sec.
Sorry, yeah. Here we go. So that's the list currently of supported mobile device management. There is also there is AirWatch. I can confirm with you when that's looking to be available. It will be soon.
Brilliant, thanks, Dale. And another question here. What's the upgrade path for customers that already use CWS, and what help will Cisco provide?
Right. It depends on the functionality. If they're using just content filtering, then there was a SKU, something that you could purchase, which actually ran out at the end of October. So that was you basically bought CWS and Umbrella, and you had a whole year to migrate. Yeah, I mean, if you have CWS, depending on the connector you're using, there is a document sort of a migration, so you can run Umbrella and CWS at the same time. I've dealt with a few customers, helped a few customers and sort of migrate. What they typically do is take a trial, They test it out, test the policies, set the policies up on a few laptops, make sure they're happy with it. Get the roaming clients working on just a couple of laptops, a couple of internal devices. And then it is so simple to point your DNS on the other computers directly. You turn off your proxy. So if you're using pack files, you turn off the pack files within Internet Explorer or whatever you're using, and the DNS is then just routed out to virtual appliances or Umbrella, and that takes over. It's relatively straightforward to migrate. Yeah, that's what I would say. Take a trial, speak to Bytes. We can help you along the way in doing that. We've done quite a few successful migrations, so yeah, people are happy with it.
Thank you. Yeah, he said it certainly looks a lot simpler than CWS. Thank you. So there's another question. So Prashant's just said if you could confirm when it will be integrated with Intune. Yeah, that's fine. We will get back to you. A few questions here. So another question that says, what licensing is recommended with the Meraki MX devices, e.g. regular or advanced security license for small branch offices?
For Meraki, the advanced license includes AMP for so the advanced malware protection. That's the addition you get using the advanced license. Umbrella isn't included in the advanced, so you do get protection. It's the same. The advanced malware protection is the same across all Cisco portfolio. It's the same thing. So it does the same job. So whether you have it on your appliance or whether you have it on your your DNS resolution, your content filtering, yeah, there's two places where you could have it. Depends how your network's set up. If you've got everything going through your firewall, yeah, it's better off having it there. But if you have Umbrella as well, you're protected both on and off network. Yeah, that's the two. There's the enterprise and the advanced security. The advanced security is really based around AMP for malware protection. You get some samples, 200 samples included a day. So it's up to yourselves.
Brilliant, thanks, Dale. And there's another question here, not sure if this has been covered. It says, can Umbrella proxy web resources which are referenced by static IP addresses rather than by domain? Or does it use reverse DNS to reputation assess static IP addresses? I hope I've read that correctly.
Yeah, there is a layer 3 IP enforcement on the roaming clients. So it will check, if I've got the question right, it will check IP addresses. So if there is malicious malware on the laptop and it uses a static IP address to contact out, if that is a malicious IP address, because it knows about names, it knows about the numbers behind the names. So if that is an IP address and you're using the Umbrella roaming client or the integration with AnyConnect, you will be blocked if you're trying to go out via IP. Hope that answers that.
Okay, great, thank you. Oh yes, he said it does. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay, so we'll wait to see if any more questions come through. Our email address is on the screen there if you would like to submit any outside of the webinar. And as mentioned at the beginning, I will be sending you all a copy of the recording, probably this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
Hi, Dale. Trevor at Bytes. I had a question actually before this was before we took place. One question they've asked is, will Umbrella introduce delays?
No, that's the whole idea of using sort of the Umbrella the way it's actually used at the moment. So when the request goes out, nothing's proxied unless it's suspicious. So if you're trying to get to your usual sites, just in normal internet browsing, nothing spurious, it just goes straight out to the internet. It's a quick check, that's a good domain, then you're straight out. So the DNS resolution is actually on par to Google. So if you was to use Google as your DNS resolution server, you won't see any performance hit.
Great, thank you. And one other, they've asked, can Umbrella block direct IP contentions to malicious sites?
Yeah, again, that's yeah, I think one of the someone asked that earlier. Yeah, that's again IP layer 3 IP enforcement. So if you've got the roaming client, yep, you will be blocked. The malicious IP addresses will be blocked, as well as domain names. So yeah, you'll be protected.
Superb, thank you.
Excellent.
Brilliant, thanks guys. So I haven't had any more questions my side. Let me just have a quick look. So I think that's it for today. So thank you everyone for joining the webinar. I hope you found it valuable. As mentioned, I'll send you the recording tomorrow. Dale, thank you so much for presenting the webinar today.
Thank you. Yep.
No, thank you. And everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.